This is a developmental network for question 4-2C. And here is going to depict the process in which a spiny beetle gets spikes. And when all genes are functioning, it means that gene S will activate gene P, which activates gene I, which will then in turn inhibit gene K, which inhibits gene E, and that allows gene E to activate the spikes. So there our spiny beetle is going to have spikes. But that's not always the case. There's going to be a strain that has a mutant allele for a gene, which means that the gene is going to be a mutant. So in the case that the P gene is the mutant, that means it's not going to function properly, which means it will not be able to activate gene I. And since gene I is not activated, it will not be able to inhibit K and so forth, which means that our spiny beetle will have no spikes. In the chance that the I gene is mutated, that means that it's not going to function properly and it will not be able to inhibit the K gene, which means that the K gene won't be able to inhibit the E gene, and that means E cannot activate the spikes. So therefore, when gene I has been mutated, we are not going to have any spikes on our spiny beetle. In some conditions, you're going to have two genes that have been mutated, such as I and E. And when looking at this, if you know that the E gene is mutated, that means it's not going to function properly, which means that it cannot activate the spikes. So in any condition, you're still going to have no spikes on your spiny beetle. All right, and then another option would be for the S gene and the K gene to be a mutant. And in this case, the K gene is always going to be able to inhibit the E gene. Even when there is a mutant, it's always going to be able to. So that means that there is going to be spikes on our spiny beetle. A spiny beetle probably does not have spikes all over its body due to a lack of signaling to ensure that the ligand receptor interaction is successful. The ligand receptor is going to make sure that each of the genes are triggered. And in the absence of that signaling, there's going to be errors, as well as when the genes are mutated. Another reason could be that spikes everywhere on the beetle's body would affect its ability to move. Spikes on the bottom would drag along debris on the ground as well as tear up leaves that it's on.